It's the AFC Wildcard Round on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
On play action, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's caught. It's Coleman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And down he goes, pressure gets him back at the 14. T.J. Watt able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Keon Coleman, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills will strike first here in this wild card matchup. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Short pass to Howard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Zone coverage here defensively. They're going to let their tight end run a drag across the field. This is where a linebacker gets forced to pass him off. That time, the receiver gets lost a little bit, and he's able to make the catch and pick up good yardage and a first down.
Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Jets. From 21 yards away. And the Jets are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bills getting set to go. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are. And let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Cook again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throw left side to Kincaid. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. On 2nd down, Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Slot man moves right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
3rd and 2. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he gets it down to the 32. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion right, one of the tight ends. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, force the incompletion.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken around the 12. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Now Allen. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The Jets on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
James Cook running back out now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allen's throw taken in by Palmer. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Allen off the play fake. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. T.J. Watt, his second sack of the night. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Allen now looks to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And this is Cook with a grab. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. On fourth down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a carry for Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's caught by Howard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
look to throw again. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield and broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. On first down, Allen. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Palmer. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This Ooh, the last of our 3 games on this Wild Card Sunday. Again, one more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up an exhilarating 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. And Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. Short pass to Howard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Nice play call. A little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run with Allen. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Throwing on first down is Allen. Throwing middle, and it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Allen going to throw. He'll air this one toward Coleman. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw, it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out now come the Jets. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 35-yard line. incomplete.
The one thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Up past the 30. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 42.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On play action, Allen. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game.
There he goes, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 35.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Allen has it, left side. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Allen. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Hands it off out of the gun. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. This is Allen. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now out come the Bills. Can't officially call this a win for them yet, but it's looking good to move on to the divisional round. They'll be on the road, of course, as an underdog. But the age-old question, would you rather have the momentum they're going to have or sitting at home with a bye? I'm sure you'd probably rather have the bye.
You remember that conference call we had before the playoffs started? We were talking with some people in the industry and some of the coaches that are out there. And we kind of posed the same question. You know, if you're coming off of a game like this, you know, and you're taking on a team that had that open week, which way do you want to go? And you remember the answer they gave us? I want the better team.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
I get it. But I think there's a lot to having that momentum of having played versus coming off of that layoff because maybe you start a little bit slower. We see those upsets happen all the time.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Allen. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. In motion comes the tight end left. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48, a gain of just 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On second down, it's Allen. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
In motion, the tight end. On second down now. It's Allen, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Try to take this home. They'll run. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So the Jets now down 34-31. A little under a minute 50 remaining. And the 4th down stop gives them a new lifeline, at least for the moment. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. This is 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
Here we go. 1st and goal. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now it's the Bills' turn, trailing by 4. A little under 30 seconds remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Loose inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Throwing, Allen. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he is is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get to their off-season program, they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.